Link returns to the Temple of Time, and he sees the image of someone.
I assume this is Rauru, and he's seeing how much time has passed, which is 5 years instead of 7. And some other bullshit about saving the temple sages and all that. At least they got the smoke around him alright, and his voice isn't hammy like the ridiculous gesturing. He looks like the flame dancers from the fire temple.
Link leaves the temple and sees that hell has broken loose.
You could see the green screen effect through the church doors. Great.
He walks over to a farm looking more like he jumped in a pool than walked around in the rain, and meets up with our creepy old friend Talon.
Why is Talon the one that seems to recognize Link, when for Link it was only an hour or two ago? As they all eat with Talon's family, Talon brings Link up to speed, and reveals that Malon was killed in the takeover.
I don't get this. What's the point of killing her off? She didn't seem to be a huge potential love interest, so just keeping her around as a friend wouldn't have been out of line. Was it supposed to give Link another reason to fight Ganondorf? Revenge? He's gonna do it anyway. Nonetheless, the only thing that comes about from him even being on the farm is that he Chuck Norris kills one of Ganondorf's men as they harass the girls. Then Talon gives him the horse in the world's cheapest shield. This plot point about Malon dying is completely pointless!
And what hurts the most, she will never be avenged. Ganondorf will go unpunished.
You just pointed at a wall, you idiot. Aga, indeed. Link rides off on Epona, as the green screen radiates itself around him, when he finally matrixes to Kakariko Village. There he meets...
I don't care what the law says! Lord Ganon needs this money about as much as my chickens do!
Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. That is Sheik! Oh, God. Let me count the ways in which this is stupid. 1. The Sheikah were essentially ninjas, which you could tell by the way they were referred to as shadow people, the way they disappeared in the game, but also by the way they dressed. There's nothing ninja about this getup. Sheik looks like a goth Muslim woman. 2nd, that veil hides nothing of Zelda's face. Never mind that no one could forget gigantic eyes like that, I can clearly see her face. Speak of the devil, number 3, her eyes are still the same color. Sheik's eyes are red, like Sheikah eyes are supposed to be, and that's to add to the disguise. Wasn't Sheik supposed to be a disguise made of magic? Couldn't they have just put another actor in Zelda's place to make it more convincing? Adaptation and low budget or not, this is stupid! Besides Sheik's look, number 4, what the hell is with Sheik bitching out the guard? Sheik's personality was not just mysterious, but also very wise. She is, after all, the holder of the Triforce of Wisdom. So why is she acting like such a bitch? And number 5, why is she out in the open anyway? Bullshit ninja or not, convincing disguise or not, she's the goddamn princess. She has a piece of the Triforce. It would kind of be in your priorities to keep a low profile because you don't want Ganondorf to find you. How much longer is this garbage?
40 minutes.
Fuck!
One last thing I think I should mention, every time Sheik talks, her veil moves up and down like it's Optimus Prime's mouth.
I died for your sins.
Sheik takes Link to her safe house, looking even more like an old woman before Link must go on to rescue the Fire Sage.
I'd bitch about the Forest Sage, Saria, and that whole continuity mangling, but at this point I think we should just be glad they left it out.
Link arrives at Death Mountain and begins a barely perilous climb. Look at the angling on this shot, it's almost obvious this ground is level. The video filter they use in this scene is so obvious too. At least this shot looks decent.
That one, however, does not. You could see all of the layers they used moving on their own. That is just pathetic. I must soak my clearly burning head. Who the fuck is that? That's actually this adaptation's Darunia, the leader of the Gorons. So, the Gorons are fat Pacific Islanders with dirt all over them. Brilliant. Darunia went from proud Goron leader to a Hawaiian bum.
If you haven't guessed by now, I'm a Goron.
Bitch. Oh, I'm having so much trouble walking up this 20-degree angle.
Darunia leads Link to his camp, having apparently lost his home, as well as his cooking skills because he's not even trying to pretend he's not cooking.
Link attempts to climb the mountain behind them, the first time it's actually looked like a mountain. He dusts his hands with dirt, takes out the wallet, and... what the hell are those? Coins? Really? Do these people know anything about any Zelda continuity? Why are they not rupees? It might seem irrelevant, but let's watch a previous scene where Link is listening to the shopkeeper.
I don't know if he got it from a mountain or not. What does it matter? It is a real green rupee. It better be a real green rupee.
They have rupees in this! What, did the writers think rupees were just jewelry? With how much of this they fucked with, let alone did differently from the game, I wouldn't be surprised.
So Link fails trying to climb the mountain, and that's fucking water paint. Darunia walks over to help, looking like a bobblehead as he talks.
The people of Hyrule do not take my people very kindly. They're afraid of my kind.
I'm sure that your people in the highlands...
Did Link just cut him off? You could audibly hear him being faded out.
Maybe you're right.
At this point, the volcano erupts, spewing giant— Oh, come on! Look at this! These things aren't gonna hurt anybody!
You saved my life. The rock, it would have crushed me.
What? That thing wasn't bigger than your head, and it split the second it hit the ground. You couldn't have gotten a concussion from that.
It was nothing.
As thanks for doing fuck all, Darunia leads Link up the Okay, really, Link? You need a rope for that? Whatever, just keep going.
Wait, look! They didn't get any higher. If anything, they're further down the mountain now. What kind of guide are you, Darunia?
The two come across writing on the mountain wall. By the way, Darunia's face is clean now.
The blood of the royal lines may enter.
Royalty? You're royalty.
Link, pissing at that he is, decides the best course of action is to cut his new friend's hand and place it on the wall. This magically works, and Darunia disappears into obscurity where he belongs.
Inside, we get some of the shittiest effects of the movie so far, which is saying a lot, in the form of a pathetically ugly dragon. Even Link is mouthing, "What the fuck?"
The two fight and waste time when Link jumps into a nearby hole. Deus Ex Machina's law assures that the dragon will get its head stuck and be crushed by falling rocks. Link feels pity for the totally gypped dragon and proceeds to end its life by stabbing it in the nose. Nice work there, effects department.
So Link rescues the fire sage, and she promptly tackles him. Yes, she. This fire sage is actually Din, who was originally the goddess of power.
Beauty. What beauty is fair chosen as a bearer.
She wants in his pants a little too much.
You know, when his friends find out about this movie, he may not have any other options.
I am the Sage of Fire, guarding the spirit of all things aflame. And you are...
Awkwardly aroused.
You've slain this demon of fire, released me, and restored a fraction of the Master Sword's power.
Okay, that was kind of funny. To be honest, I thought the woman playing Din would have made a better Princess Zelda. I know she's a little energetic, but she's at least a better actress.
You must always remember that like the fire that forges a blade, you must temper your courage with wisdom. This weapon will aid you in battle, but brute force alone will not save you from the evils that lie ahead.
Okay, maybe not. By the way, Din's fire. Whatever, fuck it. Link gets an emblem on his sword for saving her, then he leaves.
I love you! I'm Zelda! Hi!
The demon? You truly are the one that the sages spoke of!
Really, people. The original Sheik, in all of her seriousness, would look at this woman and go, "You're lying. That's not me."
For the princess I failed to protect.
Why would you announce that you suck like that? So Sheik joins up with Link as a sort of sidekick, as the movie goes into bullshit boss fight montage. Instead of fighting the bosses you meet in the game, or actually being creative, all of the monsters they fight are just giant versions of generic enemies. Look, that's just a big Octorok, that's a Moblin, and I can't even tell if that's a Poe or a Bubble. It's a flying skull, like the bubbles are, but he defeats it by putting it in a bottle. Not kidding. That's 2 bosses he beats by doing something retarded.
The Octorok death isn't even shown, and he kills the Moblin by stabbing it in the arm. Never mind the Moblin, him getting the Forest Medallion just looks ridiculous. I swear, Sheik looks like someone's trying to rape her. I don't think I need to mention that all of these bosses are stupid effects as well. Now what kind of pompous ass admires this sword like that? You got one of those emblems by stabbing a dragon in the nose. You're an idiot!
Also, anyone else notice a trend in each part of this montage? They run away. Then fight. Then run away. What heroes. By your powers combined, I suck! Link and Sheik return to Castle Town. Oh look, the only black guy in the movie, and he's getting beat up. They begin a long process of killing castle guards, where I swear one of them just tried kneeing the girl in the crotch. It's at this point where I'd like to mention once again how stupidly cheap Link's shield looks.
In the castle, we see Ganondorf pimped out in the gayest duds they could give him.
I love how he's shaved, his eyebrows are thinner, and his hair is darker now, yet his servant's hair hasn't changed at all in 5 years. Meanwhile, in the castle grounds, fight, 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 fight. Fight, fight, fight. Retarded ninja motions. You know, at least at this point there's some action, but it's not gonna convince anybody. I mean, look at this stab. It hit his sleeve. And Sheik's fighting is even more batshit stupid. Look, she doesn't even push him and he's down. I'm disappointed in you, green screen. I'm back and I'm as bored as ever. And I'm still surprised!
Sheik tells Link to run away. Haven't seen him do that yet, as she gets captured and manhandled.
Take her away.
She will clean my nose later. Link directs Ganondorf to the fields, and an epic showdown of ass begins.
Ganondorf puts like no effort into this, but I have to assume it's because Link is a pussy. This is made even more obvious with this awesome laugh.
I told you he was awesome in this. Ganondorf magic spams some, they swing swords around some, Ganondorf pushes Link over some.
Really, there's not a lot these two could have done to make this look epic. Link even tries this little maneuver.
How graceful. Ganondorf lands a huge barf spell on Link.
Can you believe how cheap that blood looks? That's not even water paint anymore. It's clay. It looks even cheaper the farther the camera pans out.
Link doesn't give up, and after some more stupid shit, and one nice left hook, Link finally stabs Ganondorf right through the chest. Though, as you can tell as Link walks away, there's no hole in Ganondorf's back.
Link's last move is to throw the sword back again through Ganondorf, and it's so powerful the sword floats around in him.
Thank you, that was very necessary. Ganondorf, defeated, is thrown into another world, and Link returns to rescue Sheik.
This is the property of the kingdom of the Gerudo!
Yes, I forgot to mention, Ganon's men were called Gerudo, a bastardization of Gerudo, but I suppose by changing that one letter, it was supposed to save the creator's idiocy. Boy, I'm glad that blood stopped caking.
Link fights the soldier off in a scene that is really unnecessary. We just had the climax of the movie. There's no reason for him to have this. Look, he even decapitates a guy. What the hell?
Give us this day our daily— end this fucking movie! As Link's teeth are perfectly white despite spitting up blood, Link brings up that whole plot point about his past that was never answered to begin with. Then Sheik reveals her already obvious identity as Zelda, and gives a completely useless answer.
The two return the Master Sword to its pedestal, and Link returns to before he pulled it out. He runs unconvincingly into the green screen, still looking like Edward, until he reaches Princess Eyeballs. Here the movie finally ends, in an image referencing the ending to the Ocarina of Time. Though I'm pretty sure Zelda never had an expression like that.
So, that was The Hero of Time. Was it a decent fan movie?
Not really.
Was it an insult to anything having to do with The Legend of Zelda?
I'd sooner watch the cutscenes to the CDI games. To be fair, a lot of this film's problems likely stem from it being unofficial. It didn't exactly have the budget for it. There were a couple of cute jokes, maybe just a couple. The music was great, it sounded like it could be in a Zelda soundtrack while still having its own identity, even though it wasn't exactly memorable. And once again, Ganondorf.
But at the same time, they really couldn't have invested what little money they had in some common sense. The camera was shaky in almost every frickin' scene, which interfered with the already unconvincing green screen. The acting on almost everyone's part was horrid, save for Ganondorf, which just goes to show that they weren't incapable of picking good actors to do the job.
And above all, how did they come up with some of this garbage? Adaptation of Ocarina of Time or not, there are so many stupid decisions the writers and the director made that it wouldn't have worked as an original movie.
Link's motivation to find who he is never really comes to fruition until Zelda gives a retarded hero speech.
Link goes through more love interests than there are women with relevance to any part of the story.
Sheik was a pathetic ninja whose entire face was visible, looking even more like Optimus Prime than any fucking ninja I've ever seen.
And Ganondorf, the most entertaining part of this movie, has got to have at least 10 minutes of screen time. I know he isn't seen in any Zelda game for very long, but this is the most attention he gets out of all of them anyway.
In the end, the Hero of Time was just a gigantic waste of time. And even though Nintendo took the douchebag route and had it stopped, I hope everyone that wanted to see it did, and nobody else had to suffer. This is FATLPs, and the next time you see us, we'll be doing Ocarina of Time some justice.
Stay tuned for Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. We'll leave you with a montage of the only good actors in this whole movie. See you next time!
Why am I in danger?